everyone. I'm Kara Minowie. This is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 28th. On this Thanksgiving, we hear words of gratitude from Sherry Brown, Director of Long-Term Care, Barbara Maruchi, who is a dining assistant in the Larson Pavilion, and Shell Point's president, Peter Dyes. But first, a happy Thanksgiving to you all, and a happy beginning of Hanukkah as well. But remember that all Shell Point offices are closed today and will reopen tomorrow. However, we do have some dining options for you. The Island Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. for custom hot breakfasts or quick lunch choices hot off the grill. They also have homemade pies for sale throughout the season. In the Crystal Room, it's a bountiful buffet featuring hand-carved roast turkey, as well as ham, salmon, baked chicken, and other holiday favorites. You have an extensive selection of side items, as well as the always wonderful salad bar and autumn desserts like pumpkin pie. It's an all-you-can-eat feast for just $23.95. And remember, you can also save money by treating your family and friends on your Passport dining plan. The Crystal Room is open today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Palm Grill at the Woodlands has an always exciting selection of menu choices featuring filet mignon and Florida grouper. They also have the traditional turkey dinner as well as many side items to choose from. Enjoy the elegant sit-down atmosphere of the Palm Grill, open Thanksgiving Day from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Keep in mind that the Promenade Cafe will be closed and all dining venues will be closed in the evening so our employees can spend it with their families. Sharing a meal with your loved ones is such a key part of the Thanksgiving experience. In fact, the act of dining is woven into many of the most important moments of our lives. But what if dementia has robbed your loved one of the ability to eat or even the motivation? In our memory care unit, we have a dedicated group of volunteers who assist those with dementia in their dining. Sometimes just encouraging them, and sometimes actually feeding them. We ask them how their volunteer service fills them with gratitude this Thanksgiving.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath, and this is Volunteer Corner. First, I'd like to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is why I'm here talking to you today in the dining room in the Larson Pavilion. Thanksgiving is a time when we really think about food, being at the table with loved ones, and there is a group who brings love to the residents of the Larson Pavilion at mealtime 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And they are looking for more resident volunteers to help them. And today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they do with some of the staff and with our lead volunteer, Barbara Maruchi of Lakewood. Thanks for joining me, Barbara.
My pleasure, Terry. Whenever I get a chance to talk about the Dining Companions, that's a treat for me.
And Dining Companions says it all. Your group walks in at mealtime, sometimes lunchtime, sometimes supper time, and says, we're here to help and encourage, and sometimes actually help feed.
Oh, absolutely. There are different levels of help needed here at the Pavilion. There are people that need to be fed their entire meal. Mm-hmm. There are other people that need to be encouraged, reminded what they're there about. Just a few spoons full, and they're on their way. So we give the help that is necessary, and we also ask the staff where they need us most.
And you do this out of the goodness of your heart. As you've told me many times, you do it out of thanksgiving for a good life.
Amen.
And you serve as an example of someone in that blue jacket that walks in lunchtime or dinner time, and we are very grateful for you and your service and your leadership. Thank you very much.
I'm delighted to be able to do what I do. It's very gratifying. Actually, I suspect that I get at least as much out of it as the people that I serve, maybe more. Thank you.
Now I'm with Sherry Brown, the administrator for the Larson Pavilion. And Sherry, it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to work with you and your staff and the residents at Shell Point. I am so blessed for my role as the manager of volunteer services and to see how beautifully things go when a resident comes in to serve another resident. It must just be the same for you.
Absolutely, Terry. You know, the most phenomenal things happen in this pavilion with staff and residents working side by side. Talk about Thanksgiving. What a wonderful blessing that they work so well together. It's like a big tapestry. They're all woven in ways to help the residents.
And to think that, especially at mealtime, somebody would say, I'm going to spend a little time at lunch or a little time at dinner to make sure somebody else feels cared about. Somebody who may have forgotten what it means to sit down and eat, who may be wondering, why am I doing this?
I have to tell you, I watch volunteers come in and out of this building every day. And those who help assisted dining, you know, Margie shared with you a bit about that connectivity between the resident volunteer and the resident in need of the assistance. There is a gentleman who helps with dining, and he comes in every day. And he's one of those who says, I can't miss a day. It wouldn't be right. I need to be here. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. I think that, as Barbara and Margie shared, the residents gain so much in helping, and the residents who are being assisted have a wonderful companion for dining. Who could ask for more?
Whatever your motivation, I and Sherry and Margie want you to know that there is a place for you in your service, and it is in this building, and it is at mealtime. And together, we wish you happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There's another way to give thanks for your food, by donating to those who go hungry in our community. The South Fort Myers Food Pantry is accepting donations this weekend of non-perishable food items, which they can then distribute to needy families in our community. And if you can donate money, they can buy food in bulk to get up to 6 times the more food for the same amount of money. Donation points for this season's food drive are at the Village Church, at the Island and Woodland service desks, and at the Eagles Preserve Health Club. Earlier this month, Shell Point turned its focus to the heroes in our lives. Our week-long Festival of Heroes celebrated both national figures and our family and friends who inspire us. Part of the week's festivities was a candlelight celebration in the Village Church, where several people told stories about the heroes in their lives and invited people in attendance to light a candle for each one of their heroes. The service concluded with these words from Shell Point President Peter Dice.
We've heard a lot about heroes in people's lives tonight. It's always great to have such individuals that cause us to look up and to say, I want to follow. But as I think about heroes, I quickly went to the dictionary and I looked at a few of the characteristics that are associated with being a hero. It says, one endowed with great courage and strength and ability. Legendary. People who stand out among others. A role model. A champion. When I think of those characteristics, my mind quickly goes to many heroic characters that have crossed in my life along my way as I look to people who I find characteristics that I want to emulate. When I do so, I come up with a number of individuals. Of course, I come up with my mother and my father. My dad was always the strongest guy around. He could beat anybody. I was always safe in his presence. Even to my friends, my dad was stronger than his dad. My mother was always kind and attentive to that scratch on my knee or the hurt that I had. She was a real hero to me in the sense of that caring. She always was willing to listen. Of course, I would think of my wife, well endowed with skill and ability. She didn't ask me to say that, but it's something I admire. I have in-laws, and I find great respect and admiration for innovation and dedication that they've demonstrated throughout their life. I think of professors who I've had throughout my educational experience who taught me how to think and why to think and what to think about. I think, obviously, of residents and board members. I would have to say that we have many people with great skill and ability, hundreds of thousands of years of life that surround this campus. I've always found that residents are very happy to share their experience and their skill. We've had board members who have great, admirable skills and ability that I've always appreciated so much. They have courage, they have wisdom, they have ability that they shared openly. I think of a parade of elders and pastors that have crossed my life. They've taught me how to live and why and how to emulate Christ. I think of people like Moses as a great leader, a man that I respect so much as I read about him when I consider his faithfulness despite criticism and hardship. I think of him in the strength of his leadership, the trust and the faith that he had. Great people, and many, many more, I'm sure, would cross your mind as well as you thought about the characteristics of a hero. But alas, as impressive as they all were, we're all frail. We're all sinful. We're all imperfect beings, except maybe my wife. We all struggle to meet the guidelines that Christ has laid out for us. As you look at Titus 1, verse 8, where the expectation of blamelessness and holiness is truly what is to be emulated in what we do every day. It's only Christ and what he has done for me, and I say for us, that has demonstrated the characteristics of a true hero, the perfect role, the perfect model for me to follow as I live each day. It's to him that I light my candle, never to hide it under a bushel.
We do have some activities going today, so let's get a rundown from Resort Services, followed by your menus and a word from the Village Church.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It is Thursday, November 28th. The administration offices are closed for today, but make sure you have a fabulous holiday and eat as much as you can. And it is also the first day of Hanukkah. And we're going to start out our activities today at 8 o'clock, the round robin men's doubles tennis at the tennis courts. 9:30 is the ladies' match play at the tennis courts, the Woodlands. Also at 9:30, we have the Paddlers Club at the kayak storage at the island. Lastly, at 9:30 is Samba, the card game, at the common second floor lobby at the Woodlands. 1:15 is Shuffleboard at the Shuffleboard courts at the island. At 4:30 is the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting at the Sable Room at the Woodlands. Thank you for tuning in with me today, and we hope you have a great holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving. Here are your menus. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is the Thanksgiving buffet, and they will be closed for dinner. The soup of the day is black bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is the Turkey Club with chips for $7.25, and they will be closed at 2 p.m. for the holiday. In the Palm Grill, they will be featuring a Thanksgiving special menu from 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
It's Thanksgiving again. Well, again today we celebrate Thanksgiving with family and friends. We pause to count our blessings and rejoice in God's goodness. But recently our choir sang an anthem by Joel Rainey that says, "Every day is a new Thanksgiving." As we see God's creation, as we experience the blessings of life day by day, week after week, we certainly need to be grateful for His sustaining grace. The anthem says, "Never again will we be here in this holy place as we are now." So let us praise our God while time on earth will still allow. The choir's anthem is filled with energy and enthusiasm, but more importantly, a heart of gratitude as we celebrate God's goodness. As you enjoy Thanksgiving today, continue tomorrow and the day after. Let every day be a new Thanksgiving.
Christians awake to Thanksgiving, the
glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we give you an option of something fun to do with your visiting family members. Friday night is game night. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 28th. I'm Kara Minowie. From all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you again tomorrow.